Every 20 seconds, an American has a heart attack. Every 34 seconds, an American dies from heart disease. That's more than 2,500 people every single day.
911 emergency.
Dr. Sam Walters, who has treated over 70,000 patients, is the founder of Wellspring Clinic, a comprehensive medical practice serving patients throughout the United States. With advanced degrees in biology and nutrition and a naturopathic medical degree, Dr. Sam, as his patients call him, is an internationally recognized authority in therapeutic nutrition. Host of weekly radio and television programs, Dr. Sam loves to educate people about health, speaking at conferences of both physicians and patients. A true family doctor, Dr. Sam has prepared this special message for you in hopes that it will help you choose health starting today.
Wow, busy day. As you've just heard, in the next few minutes that I'm speaking with you, heart disease will kill 20 Americans, and 30 will have a heart attack. That's one heart attack every 20 seconds. I'm telling you this to scare you, and it should. I'm going to talk to you just like you're one of my patients, and they know I tell it like it is. I want to remind you of a grim reality. 1 million people will die this year of heart disease. Think about it this way. Next time you're sitting at the ball game or at church with someone on either side of you, one of them or you will most likely die of heart disease. And remember, it may not be someone close to you this time, but it will be someone with a family and friends who love them very much.
The American Heart Association reports what you probably already know. Heart disease is the #1 killer in America. What you may not know is that this accounts for 1 death in every 2.7 deaths. Add strokes, and you have another 5.5 million people with cardiovascular disease annually. That's 20% of Americans. Every year, heart disease claims over 1 million lives. That's like the entire population of Montana dying in the next 12 months.
Every day I see patients who know these facts. We all do. But they just haven't made the right choices. My job is to tell them the facts. And the fact is, they're literally choosing to die. Please understand the reality of heart disease and stroke. As I told one of my patients, you're just waiting for an open coffin to roll into. But you can choose to do something about heart disease risk. There is no magic pill that instantly cures these diseases, but there is a solution. Life is about choices, and when it comes to heart disease, these choices are not as tough as they seem.
Over the next few minutes, Dr. Sam will reveal the results of extraordinary medical tests currently proving that making one simple choice every day can significantly lower your risk of heart disease, stroke, Alzheimer's, and diabetes. You'll visit the lab, see the data yourself, and discover the secret. A natural fountain of youth that works at the cellular level, fighting heart disease and fueling cellular health, starting a chain reaction of boundless energy and stamina, more focus and memory, increased libido, hormonal balance, and powerful immune strength.
For 100 years, cardiovascular disease has been the #1 killer in America and most of the world. It's been the subject of millions of hours of research. Heart disease is not just an epidemic that impacts North America. It touches every country of the world. We have a global cardiovascular disease pandemic. And it all comes down to poor blood flow through your arteries in every inch of the vessels that run for 75,000 miles through your body. 75,000, that's enough to circle the earth 3 times. And what causes poor blood flow? You probably already know the answer. Too much fat and stress. And nowhere near enough antioxidant-rich fruits and vegetables. Healthy arteries are like a good rubber band. They stretch and contract easily every time your heart beats. When your arteries can't expand and contract, blood can't race along like it should, speeding oxygen and nutrients to the trillions of cells in your body. Even worse, your body can't flush the toxic byproducts of cellular metabolism. You're stewing in your own toxins. It's like bathing in sewer water. Your arteries clog, plaque builds up, and cardiovascular disease leading to heart attack, stroke, or death is the result.
Poor arterial elasticity, or weakening of the arteries leaves them unprotected from oxidized LDL, the bad cholesterol that moves sluggishly through damaged arteries, building up and creating plaques that thicken and choke the arteries. Your arteries get smaller and smaller, and life-giving blood struggles to fight its way through, like a multi-lane freeway merging into a single lane. The cells in your body, desperately waiting for the life-giving nutrients your arteries bring, begin to malfunction and eventually die. Your body shuts down critical systems as your cells starve. You're run down, tired. It's just harder to focus. As plaque breaks off and gets stuck in narrower vessels, cutting off the blood flow to your heart and brain, the inevitable result is a heart attack or stroke, in most cases causing instant death.
How do you know if you have heart disease? Unfortunately, the first warning sign is usually death. But the alternative can be even worse: brain damage, paralysis, a massive drain on your family's physical, emotional, and financial resources. And if you think you can't afford to do something about it, think again. On average, the cost of heart disease treatment per year per person is $56,000 and climbing. Every day people come to my office looking for help. I often diagnose heart disease and they ask me how they got it. Well, they didn't just get it. In 99% of the cases, they chose it.
Do any of these headlines sound familiar? High-fat diets trigger heart disease. Cholesterol counts soar. Only 22% of adults consume minimum servings of fruits and vegetables. America's inactivity rate highest in history. Stress spirals out of control. Intake of saturated fat skyrockets. And what about the average American meal we've been eating for a lifetime? Do you really know what's in your cheeseburger, fries, cola, and a slice of pie? I mean, do you really know? Let's look at it another way. I bet you never saw your average American meal like this.
108 grams
of inflammation-inducing refined sugar.
1,910 milligrams of salt.
That's almost double the recommended daily intake.
And a whopping 71 grams of fat.
Most of it toxic saturated fat. What's even more important is what's missing. That slice of pickle is not a serving of vegetables.
Yum! It's heart disease, stroke, cancer, and diabetes.
On a plate.
Now, if you think it won't happen to you or someone you love, you may want to rethink that. Tell me which one of these people has poor arterial flow. Which one is a prime candidate for a heart attack or stroke? Would it surprise you that almost half are carrying this ticking time bomb just waiting to explode? How many of them know it? Virtually none. Why? Because heart disease is something you don't feel and you can't see. Because the cause of heart disease attacks at the cellular level. I told you that fatty foods cause heart disease, and they do. Because the dangerous fat in these meals, we call it LDL cholesterol, is attacked by free radicals and it oxidizes. It's this oxidation that allows cholesterol to build up and block your blood vessels.
Oxidation sounds complicated, but you see it every day. Cut an apple and watch it turn brown. Rust. Even the flames of a fire. They are all damage done by free radical oxidation. And what happens in your body is much the same. Your body is made up of trillions of cells. Each cell is made up of building blocks called molecules. Molecules are groupings of one or more atoms joined by chemical bonds. Atoms have a nucleus surrounded by negatively charged electrons. These electrons form the bonds that create molecules. Nature loves balance, and atoms share this love of balance. The electrons orbit the atom in pairs, creating balance. Free radicals are atoms that are missing an electron, creating an imbalance. These unstable atoms are highly reactive, and they are always looking for an electron to create stability. And here is where oxidation begins. Free radicals take electrons anywhere they can find them, stealing them from neighboring cells, and causing a chain reaction like the damage path of a tornado. Newly damaged atoms become free radicals themselves, and cellular damage, mutation, and cell death spreads like wildfire through the body, like dominoes falling one after the other. It is this damage that is occurring in your blood vessels every time you eat high-fat foods. Even just one fatty meal wreaks havoc on your arteries, damaging their ability to expand and contract for up to 6 hours and leaving them at the mercy of oxidized cholesterol.
Free radicals are bad news. They not only cause heart disease, they cause cancer and Alzheimer's, and contribute to every degenerative disease known to man. At this point, you may be wondering the same thing my patients do. What can I do to fight free radicals? If I can choose heart disease because I eat fatty foods and skip exercise, can I also choose to fight it? Remember, we told you that you could make one simple choice each day that would significantly lower your risk of heart disease, stroke, cancer, diabetes. Nature has provided the secret to fighting free radicals with a special nutrient called an antioxidant. Antioxidants have extra electrons they can give away without becoming unstable. Antioxidants are found in fruits and vegetables. Once antioxidants were discovered, the race was on to find power antioxidants. Antioxidants that neutralize massive amounts of free radicals. Now a revolutionary discovery has been made. Mangosteen juice from an evergreen tree grown in Southeast Asia has been proven to be one of the most potent antioxidants. Mangosteen juice has no fats, alcohol, refined sugar, but it does contain xanthones, the next generation of phytonutrients that neutralizes free radicals instantly, protecting your body's cells from oxidation.
Mangosteen juice is a power antioxidant because it's rich in xanthones, the power antioxidants that have lots of extra electrons to neutralize free radicals quickly before they can cause cellular damage, mutation, or cell death. And pure mangosteen juice is completely natural, not an extract or synthetic that's been watered down and diluted. In fact, the whole fruit is used to make this power antioxidant. The stem, seeds, flesh, and pericarp, the nutrient-rich wall of the mangosteen that is the source of the xanthones that give mangosteen juice its antioxidant power. Nothing else tastes better, and no other nutrient has the same combination of the 4 super nutrients you need to fight disease and premature aging: xanthones, catechins, polyphenols, and polysaccharides.
Just choosing to drink 1 serving of mangosteen juice every day can safeguard your health. How do we know it? Look at the results of a small study supervised by a board-certified neuroradiologist and demonstrated by this clinic employee. We used an ultrasound to measure the main artery in her arm, the brachial artery, just to see how well it was able to expand and contract. We chose this artery because it closely correlates with the arteries that supply the heart.
Early in the morning, a baseline measurement is taken and then a blood pressure cuff is tightened for 5 minutes to stimulate maximum blood flow as the blood rushes back into the artery. Sarah's artery is carefully measured at the 1 minute and 5 minute mark after release of the cuff to see how well it expands and contracts. Next, Sarah eats that same toxic, typical American meal: a fast food cheeseburger, fries, a cola, and an apple pie. The single serving size published by the restaurant contains 71 grams of fat, 108 grams of sugar, and 1,910 milligrams of salt. And Sarah's completely unaware of the damage taking place in every blood vessel in her body. She doesn't feel a thing. 3 hours later, all 3 ultrasound measurements are repeated. As you can imagine, her artery's ability to expand and contract is significantly lower. The next step in the test is the most important. Sarah is given mangosteen juice. Yes, it tastes great, but there's more to it than that. Just like when she ate the fatty meal, Sarah doesn't feel anything. But there is an amazing change taking place in her body. A change that every one of her 70 trillion cells do feel, even though she doesn't feel a thing. At last, after 2 hours, the fatty meal measurements and mangosteen measurements are compared, and the results are astounding. Arterial elasticity after consuming just mangosteen juice showed that the artery's ability to respond increased by half. Remember, the diameter of even a large vessel is small, measured in just fractions of millimeters. A 50% change in elasticity translates to a flood of nutrients and oxygen into cells in your body, and a significant reduction in heart disease risk.
Ultrasound pictures of the brachial artery give us a clear snapshot of someone's cardiovascular health, the main predictor of heart disease risk. Test results clearly demonstrate that arterial flow after drinking mangosteen juice is far better than after eating a fatty meal. Remember, the results we see in the brachial artery are actually occurring throughout the body in those 75,000 miles of blood vessels. Improvement in the artery's ability to expand directly corresponds to improved vascular health and a lower risk of heart disease. Can a power antioxidant erase all the damage done by high-fat foods, lack of exercise, and uncontrolled stress? No. But they can minimize the impact and significantly lower your risk of disease. But there's more to the mangosteen story than preventing disease. When you improve arterial flow, look what else you improve.
Physical energy, endurance, and stamina. Sexual performance. Memory, concentration, and focus. Nutrient absorption and weight management. Hormone balance. Allergy relief. Immune system function. The elasticity and youthful appearance of your skin. Mood and emotional balance. You'll look younger and feel better than you have in years.
You know, if you're looking for the fountain of youth, you found it. The antioxidants in mangosteen juice protect your cells from damage and ensure they get the nutrients they need through healthy blood flow. The result is you feel truly alive. You have the physical and mental energy you need to take on the day, rather than the day overtaking you. Make the right choice. Choose health. Take the simple step that leads to preventing disease and feeling truly alive. Don't wait another minute to try mangosteen juice. It's a simple choice, and it will have life-changing results.